Welcome, initiates, to the archives of the damned. Tonight we unearth the silent sentinels of true horror, the real haunted dolls. It begins with a gift, a gesture of innocence, a child's toy, brought into a clean, modern home, a perfect vessel for something ancient and hungry. The subtle shifts, the waking dread. These objects don't move like people, they teleport. And their messages, they beg for a darker kind of attention. When the scratches appeared, the terror became physical. This wasn't a child spirit, it was a malignancy, an inhuman entity hunting the living. Even the holy men who mocked it suffered its wrath. The failures were catastrophic. The intent was clear: silence any who dared to intervene. In Key West, the legend of Robert began not with a demon, but a child's best friend, a companion with an unblinking cotton-stuffed stare. Neighbors saw him. They saw the doll move, shift positions, and laugh from the window, a doll supposedly locked away miles from the nearest human hand. To this day, visitors to his vault leave him gifts. The legend demands respect. To forget your manners is to invite a lifetime of crushing misfortune. But these two are just the famous faces. For every Annabelle, there are 100 unseen spirits trapped in fabric and ceramic prisons. The curse of the Joliet doll claimed 4 generations of boys, infant cries, small footsteps, and a chilling promise of a perpetual nightmare. The truth is, dolls are designed to reflect us, to mimic humanity. And what better place for a hungry, lost, or malicious soul to reside? What happens when the spirit no longer wants to play? When the line between the toy and the tyrant finally dissolves? They are not stagnant. They learn. They grow stronger on the fear they absorb, feeding on the dread of their unwitting companions. The most disturbing sightings rarely happen in broad daylight. They occur when the house is silent and all the doors are locked. They move objects too heavy for a child. They cause accidents that are just short of fatal. They test the boundaries of their physical confinement. The world's most notorious dolls are now confined, but their prison is only a barrier for us, not the malicious energy within. They transcend technology. They are not merely objects, they are portals, and their image carries a potent digital curse. The quest for knowledge begins when the fear paralyzes you, when you realize that the answers are far more terrifying than your own imagination. The remnants of their victims are subtle, yet undeniable. Hair, a faded ribbon, a quiet whisper that echoes through the vents. It's not the moving that is scary. It's the moment of recognition, when you realize it's not just an object, but a conscious entity staring back. They wait until you are weakest, most vulnerable, in the deepest hours of the night when the veil is thinnest and the shadows have teeth. You can run, but you cannot hide. If they have claimed you, the torment follows. Every footstep echoes the hunt. The moment you see your own fear reflected in its gaze is the moment you understand. The fear is the key to unlocking the true terror. The sounds of a haunting are rarely a scream. They are a corrupted melody, a slamming door, a subtle shift in the physics of your home. The viral legends are often based on a core of brutal, forgotten reality. The truth is always darker than the folklore, always more personal. Look closely at the dust, the residual echo of its presence, because by the time you realize it was there, it has already moved on. The mess is not accidental. It is a temper tantrum from an entity that refuses to be ignored, an aggressive plea for attention. Every dark corner is a hiding place. Every shadow is a potential accomplice. You are running through its domain now. The glass breaks because it cannot stand its own reflection. The true face of the demon is too monstrous for any surface to hold. Nothing is sacred to the inhuman spirit. It defiles what it cannot possess, leaving its mark as a promise of its return. Hey, use suggestion. A whisper of thought, a simple command slipped into your mind, turning your own hands against you. The trappings of childhood are their cruelest tools, sweet memories twisted into a nightmarish playground for the possessed. Did you see it move, or did your mind play tricks? The doll is a master manipulator, blurring the line between insanity and reality. They destroy what they cannot control. Any competitor for a child's love, any object of devotion, is simply eliminated. Don't look at the doll's construction, look at its emptiness, the gaping maw that symbolizes the spiritual vacuum within. They are not content to stay in their tombs. The sound of something clawing its way out of the dark is a sound you will never forget. The true horror is sensory overload. The silent screams of the trapped, magnified by the psychic noise of the predator. They lure you to the edge, to the point of no return. Their game is not about playing, it's about claiming a soul. The locks will not hold them. The darkness only strengthens their eyes. If it is in your home, every door is an invitation. They have the strength of desperation, the force of 100 years of concentrated malice focused on your fragile existence. The protective charms fail, the salt circles break. They mock your attempts to contain a power that predates your fear. You can't outrun the sound and you can't outrun the movement. The doll is not in your home. Your home is now inside the doll. The light is your enemy. The dark is its hunting ground. Close your eyes and the darkness will be the last thing you ever see. The innocent facade is peeling away. What lives beneath the cloth and ceramic is something that was never meant to take human form. The moment you rediscover an object from the past, you risk unlocking a trauma you had buried, the memory of a very different friend. You can try to cleanse the space, to contain the chaos, but a true haunting doesn't respect your plastic barriers or your locked doors. The doll is a mirror to the darkest corner of your soul. It reflects back the evil that it wants to create. Once you look into the abyss looks back, and now you see the world exactly as your tormentor sees it. Even confined, the power is palpable, and when the caretakers are asleep, the objects of terror awaken for their midnight promenade. These are the true chronicles of terror. The dolls are waiting. They are always waiting. And so is our next tale. If you survived this descent into the uncanny, subscribe to Terror Tales TV now. Like this video and tell us which doll haunts your dreams. Do not resist the fear.